Listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you will rip apart the pretty lies you've been fed about leadership, power, and glory. They tell you a king is noble. They tell you power is earned by virtue. They tell you good men rise to the throne. Lies. The throne is not built on virtue. It is built on blood. Every crown you've ever admired rests on a pile of corpses. Every empire you've read about in your precious history books was written with knives dipped in betrayal. You think the strong survive? Wrong. The cunning survive. The ruthless thrive. The ones willing to strike first, to gut a man before he even lifts his blade, those are the ones who sit on thrones. And let me pierce your illusions further. No throne is clean. The crown is not gold. It is iron dipped in blood. The throne is not a seat. It is a coffin that devours those who dare sit on it. So if you dream of power, if you dream of respect, if you dream of being remembered, forget the fairy tales. Power is not given. It is stolen. It is taken with claws and teeth. And once you have it, everyone around you waits for you to fall. Your allies sharpen daggers behind their backs. Your family whispers in corridors. Your servants dream of replacing you. That is the truth of power. That is the truth of thrones. And in this world, there are rules. Not the rules they teach in schools. Not the rules written on paper. These are darker, deadlier. Rules that kings, emperors, and conquerors obeyed because breaking them meant death. These are the 8 dark rules of thrones. If you're not ready to bleed, turn away now, because once you know these rules, you can never unhear them. Rule 1, strike first or be struck down. The throne does not wait for the cautious. Hesitation is the slowest form of suicide. Every ruler who hesitated died. Every leader who played fair was crushed. History is soaked with their blood. Think of Julius Caesar. He didn't wait. He didn't beg for permission. He crossed the Rubicon, a line no Roman general was supposed to cross with his army, because he knew if he hesitated, his enemies would strike first. Caesar chose war over obedience. He chose to spill blood before his enemies even sharpened their blades. And for a time, he wore the crown. But remember, when he finally hesitated, when he thought loyalty still existed in the Senate, 23 daggers tore him apart. Strike first or be struck down. The same rule played out centuries later. In the Ottoman Empire, a new sultan didn't wait to see who in his family loved him. He didn't waste time with trust. The moment he claimed the throne, he ordered the execution of his brothers. Infants strangled, grown men cut down, family erased overnight. Ruthless? Yes, necessary? Absolutely, because if he didn't kill them, they would kill him. That is the law of thrones. Hesitation is death. You might recoil at this truth. You might think, that's barbaric, that's cruel. But your morality does not matter in the game of power. Only survival matters. Look around you today. The world has not changed. Corporations, politics, even friendships. Whoever strikes first wins. Whoever hesitates is crushed, silenced, erased. Do you think the wolves care about the lamb's feelings? Number. The lamb hesitates to run, the wolf rips its throat. The throne is the same. And here's the most brutal truth. Striking first is not just about violence. It's about perception, control. If you do not control the narrative, someone else will. If you do not plant fear first, someone else will plant doubt about you. A ruler who waits to be attacked is already dead. A man who waits to be betrayed has already lost. The dark law is simple. Kill envy before it breeds. silence rivals before they whisper, and destroy enemies before they even recognize they are enemies. Because the first strike does not just wound, it defines you as predator, not prey. And in the world of thrones, there is no mercy for prey. And this is only the first rule. There are 7 more, each darker, each more merciless, each one a blade waiting to cut deeper than the last. The question is, are you strong enough to hear them? Or will you turn away, like every weak man who dreams of power but cannot stomach the cost? Rule 2. Trust is a weapon meant to be broken. The throne does not survive on trust. It survives on betrayal. Only fools believe in loyalty. Only fools think friends stay friends when power enters the room. Every ruler who trusted without suspicion died choking on betrayal. Julius Caesar trusted Brutus, called him a son. Brutus stabbed him deeper than all the others. Richard III trusted the lords of England until they dragged him off his horse, carved his crown from his skull, and tossed his corpse into a pit. The throne teaches this: trust is never free. It is bought, it is borrowed, and it is broken the moment it becomes inconvenient. A true ruler knows this. That's why powerful men never build on trust. They build on fear, on contracts, on leverage. Trust is paper, fear is steel. So here's the dark rule. Never trust a smile, never trust a promise. And when you give trust, give it as a weapon. Give it so you can betray them first. The throne is not about friendship, it is about survival. And in survival, betrayal is not evil, it is necessary. Rule 3. Fear is stronger than love. Do not waste your time trying to be loved. Love is fragile. It fades, it bends, it breaks. Fear does not. Fear lasts. Fear carves itself into memory. Fear makes a man kneel long after love has rotted away. Machiavelli wrote it centuries ago. It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both. And history proves it. Loved rulers are overthrown the moment times get hard. The people they love turn against them because love cannot feed hunger, cannot erase anger, cannot hold loyalty when ambition calls. But fear makes men obey against their will. Fear makes armies march even when they hate their king. Fear keeps knives in their sheaths because no one dares strike what they fear most. The weak dream of being adored. The powerful demand obedience. The throne does not sit on love, it sits on terror. Rule 4. Blood must be paid for blood. Mercy is weakness. Mercy is a crown of thorns. Every time a ruler forgives too freely, he plants seeds of rebellion. Mercy invites disrespect. It tells enemies they can wound you and walk away alive. And if they walk away alive, they will come back stronger. The Mongols understood this. When they took a city, they left no survivors. They burned everything. They made examples so brutal that entire kingdoms surrendered without a fight just to avoid their wrath. This is the throne's lesson. One betrayal deserves a grave, not a warning. One insult deserves fire, not forgiveness. You want to be loved? Forgive them. You want to rule? Make them bleed. Because blood is the only language power respects. Rule 5. Never share the throne. The throne has room for only one. One vision, one command, one ruler. Every king who shared power was devoured by it. Splitting the throne is splitting your own skull. Brothers sworn to rule together became enemies within months. Councils meant to guide the king ended up choking him. And co-rulers, they rarely lived long enough to be remembered. The Roman Empire once had 2 emperors ruling side by side. It lasted until one poisoned the other. A throne shared is a throne lost. This is why the wise ruler kills rivals, even in their own bloodline. Because thrones are jealous. Thrones do not share. Thrones devour all but one. Rule 6. Control the story, control the crown. The throne is not held by swords alone. It is held by stories. People don't follow the strongest. They follow the one who shapes their belief. Reality is not reality. It is what people believe it is. That is why kings rewrite history books. That is why conquerors burn old scriptures and build monuments to themselves. That is why modern rulers spend billions on propaganda. If you control the story, you control the crown. If you lose the story, you lose the throne, even if your army still stands. Ask Marie Antoinette. Her head didn't roll because of one act. It rolled because the story turned against her. Ask Richard Nixon. He didn't fall because of crime alone. He fell because the story painted him guilty before the trial ever ended. The sword can cut once, but a story cuts forever. Rule 7. Kill the heir before he becomes the enemy. Every throne faces the same curse, succession. The son who admires you today will grow hungry tomorrow. The ally who serves you now will eye your chair the moment you grow old. And history is brutal here. Kings who let their heirs grow unchecked often died by their hands. King David's son Absalom betrayed him, raised an army, and forced his father to flee Jerusalem. Alexander the Great's generals, once his closest men, tore his empire apart the moment he died. The throne whispers to every heir, "You could take this now." A wise ruler does not wait for ambition to ripen. He either keeps his heirs chained with fear or buries them before they can bloom. It is cruel, but remember, the throne is crueler. Rule 8, never step down alive. This is the final, darkest rule, the one every ruler learns too late. There is no retirement from power. There is no peaceful surrender. The moment you step down, you are prey. Kings who abdicate end up poisoned. Dictators who flee end up hunted. Leaders who step aside end up forgotten or executed. Power is not borrowed. It is not shared. It is not given back. It is devoured. And once you let go, someone else devours you. The throne has only two exits, death or overthrow. Step down alive, and you've already chosen your grave. So now you know the truth. The throne is not built on fairness, not built on goodness, not built on virtue. It is built on betrayal, fear, blood, and control. You can play the weak man's game. You can dream of kindness, of mercy, of being loved. And when you do, you'll die nameless, forgotten, crushed under the boots of those who knew the dark rules. Or you can rise, you can embrace the shadows. You can accept that the throne is a coffin lined with gold. And if you choose it, if you dare to play by these rules, you will not just sit on the throne. You will become it.